Well, it's time to talk business with our partners 2 Degrees, and details of the cost of the catastrophic fire at the International Convention Centre in 2019 have been thrashed out in court, and Business Desk is across it. And of course we've got Garth Bray, my dear colleague, standing by. So what has been revealed in court? What are those costs?
Yeah, some pretty interesting numbers, I suppose, that we managed to obtain from the closing submissions and all the documents in this sort of 10-week proceeding. Still haven't had a decision yet, I have to say, so it's still waiting for the High Court to sort of decide on that. But talking about, Fletcher's was noting some extraordinary costs by any measure of about $1.1 billion to fix and finish after that fire. I think it talked about having spent 4.8 million working hours before the fire and about 9.7 million working hours after the fire to get it all done, which is, I mean, someone was doing a lot of work, or at least charging for it.
Yeah, it's massive. Now, we've been talking a lot about milk prices this week. Is Santa going to bring some relief?
Probably not in terms of more of a surprise. I think more of a lump of coal in the sack there, to be honest. This is because of the GDT fall that we were talking about yesterday, and how that number has been heading steadily down. We had some commentary there from Fonterra Chief Executive Miles Hurrell, who was talking to the country yesterday, saying they were having a good look at the forecast, and that they might have to try and push down the spread potentially. Look, the milk price is trading at the moment, or the futures rather, for it are trading at about $9, down from $9.70 a month. Fonterra had cut its forecast milk price to $9.50 per kg of milk solids. And I guess a lot of people are now looking and saying, well, look, maybe could $9.20 be more realistic? If they're going to make a decision on this, they might even make it, in the next week before Christmas, possibly even today, because there's just been this sort of steady fall in those prices and no sign of production letting up. A lot of the reports out sort of suggesting the EU's bumped up its production about 4.2%. US is up about 3%. Westland, which is another big dairy processor here in New Zealand, peak production day in October, apparently 4.3 million litres of milk collected in one day.
They're saying they had
huge.
An exceptional start to the season.
Great, but also the break-even price, the point at which you're losing money for doing the work, is about $8.50. So there's still a fair bit of room there. There's not the price signal to say, hey, cut back. So people will still continue to produce and just hope to sort of make up the gains by selling more.
Okay, now this is an interesting one. The company that was behind these infomercials for ladders and outdoor heaters is in trouble over what it was telling people. What's gone wrong here?
Or rather, what it wasn't telling people.
Yeah,
so
right.
This is the TV shop, which does a stack of advertising for, through infomercials on telly. And they've been convicted of 13 charges of breaching the Fair Trading Act over about 4 years at the District Court. We haven't had a penalty hearing yet on that, so we don't know quite what penalty will be landed on them by the Commerce Commission. But basically they were creating fake customer reviews. They were encouraging staff to put stuff up for products they hadn't used, to get friends and family in on the game. This is the evidence that was shown. And they had a system whereby a 1, 2 or 3 star review of a product by someone who'd actually used it didn't up unless there was like a follow-up email and a process, basically making it a higher hurdle. So good news got through quick, bad news didn't get through at all.
So the whole rating system was completely fake, basically.
Well, yeah, and so this is interesting, right? Because a lot of businesses rely on review systems and comments and social media stuff.
Absolutely.
And that's part of how a consumer makes a choice. So I guess there's a bit of a call out there to businesses to make sure they're onto it. They're also... So they were saying basically this was a concerted effort by the company rather than just, people getting in and trying to do their best for the business. They were also done for basically telling consumers that they didn't have other rights to refunds other than the sort of the 30-day money-back guarantee and that kind of thing, and saying that, making broad denials of liability are quite a concern. So that's a bit of a worry. And there's some stuff about, free or bonus items that you see thrown into these things. Also not actually being completely cost-free, so you weren't really getting that great a deal.
Yeah, right. I mean, how much weight do you give to these sort of 5-star reviews when you're looking at products or looking at restaurants? Because it is something that everyone uses all the time, right? And sometimes you do look at it and go, well, I'm just not sure about that.
And I guess it's easy to, it's for a business that wanted to be misleading, it's very easy to go out there, encourage your staff, or even to get buy reviews online from places like Fiverr or whatever employ people to put stuff out there, it's quite a lot harder to catch it. But I guess this was obviously picked up on and really drilled into by the Commission. So, yeah, fascinating stuff.
Yeah, and they've been hammered in court. So that's the... hey, Garth, thank you very much for your time as always. That is Garth Bray from Business Desk, and we talk business every day with our partners, 2 Degrees. Well, the Black Caps and the West Indies start the 3rd cricket test in Mount Maunganui this morning.